What's up, everybody? It's freezing today. It's your boy, New York Chris, back with another video. And today's gonna be a very good day. Today was a good day, as a matter of fact. Appreciate today because every day is progression. You know, like I always expect every day. You know, something to come out, something new, something positive to come out on every day. So, yeah, today was one of those days. I actually got 2 leads today. I went to go check out a couple places today. And it basically went as planned because I went back to some old places that I used to be around and stuff like that in some of my old neighborhoods. And, I started in the Bronx, so I ended up in Prospect. One of my old neighborhoods that I used to live in, and I came across this supermarket I used to work in years ago, maybe like 10 or 12 years ago or something like that. I was working there for a little while doing I was doing catering, and I was doing I was doing cooking for a deli in a supermarket, but I was cooking for a hot table in a supermarket. So I was preparing meals that people will buy by the pound. So I'll prepare maybe like 12 to 15 different kind of dishes and stuff like that, you know. I used to be in the cooking field a lot. I worked in quite a few restaurants, high upscaled restaurants, 5-star restaurants, you know. I did a lot of Grand Manger. I've done a lot of fry cooking, sauteing, grilling. You know, I was on the line for quite some time. I went to culinary school, and I did business management in a trade school. So I attended culinary school in the Star Career Academy for like 4 years or so. I did 4 years because I kept, you know, around that time of my life, I was just, you know, back and forth, doing this, doing that. You know, I quite really didn't have a set mind on what I wanted to do. So it was just like a lot of setbacks on a lot of stuff. So before I started, you know, started in the ATM industry, you know, installation industry, you know, installing things of that kind of nature, ATMs, vending machines, claw machines and stuff. I used to cook a lot, so I used to love cooking too. A lot of times when I cooked, when I was younger, I had this like passion that, you know, didn't want to go away. So I said to myself, you know, this is what I want to do. This is what I have a set mind on doing. Nothing could like come in between me and my cooking and me making a decision like, yeah, I'm going to have me a restaurant one day, or, you know, I'm going to have me a food truck. And I'm going to do this and do that. And, you know, you know, sometimes life doesn't go the way that you want it to go. So a lot of times, you know, when you have goals, you set goals, but also set backup goals, you know, things that you will do to further yourself in the future to make sure that, you know, like insurance. Insurance covers you through anything, like, you know, like, well, anything that it discloses. So, you know, basically have life insurance on your career. If you want to be a cook and cooking doesn't work out for you, have a backup plan, basically, you know, have some kind of A, B, or C that you will go to after that first plan doesn't work. If it doesn't work, you know, hopefully it works. Hopefully everything that you start is a success. But if it doesn't, always have a backup plan. So, today, I actually stopped at a supermarket that I used to work in, and I was on time today. Like, actually went there at a good time. That I ran into a couple of the bosses that I knew from when I was working there, and they still work there. They still do their normal runs and stuff like that, you know. They seen me and they actually still remembered me. I think it was because I used to make some real good ribs, some barbecue ribs, and I used to make some real good salmon. It was a big hit when I was there, so You know, I took a lot of pride in my cooking and stuff, and you know, like that was my thing. It's still my thing, you know. It's just like when I decided on doing a food truck, it actually was like maybe like 5 years ago or 6 years ago. This was around COVID, and when COVID hit, it was like before COVID hit, I wanted to start a food truck, and the food truck was gonna be based on anything that I feel that's good food. I didn't have a specific kind of food that I would want to make, but anything that I felt like that was good food, that I was gonna go with the flow and start it like that. So it was basically a thing. It wasn't spontaneous, but it was planned, but it was just randomly planned to where I didn't organize it to the point that I had a certain goal. But one of my things that I did want to focus on was finger food, easy to eat food, things that I could do like in that nature, you know. So I was going to start a food truck, and before COVID hit, I had this, you know, motivated plan on doing things like that, of that nature. And as soon as it happened, it was a big setback. It was like restrictions on a whole lot of things that you could do, and places that you can be, and times that you could be out, and certifications. It just got too much of a headache for me at the time. You know, now that COVID is over, I see that, you know, like it's not that much of a headache, because, you know, people start to get used to things that's going on, and go around and you know keep that same drive that people have. But I was to the point that it kind of discouraged me. It discouraged me in a bad way, to where I didn't have much to really like go off of. I didn't have much motivation and feeling like, you know, this is something that is gonna work out for me. So I mean, like, you know, it is what it is, and I still kind of want to do, I still kind of want to do a food truck, but it's, you know, I just kind of put it on the back burner because I started other things like this installation business. So I went to the supermarket that I seen, you know, these old bosses that I known, and one of them is the owner. The other one is a partner, but that's the owner's brother. And another guy that I known, he's in charge of, sorry about the noise. He's in charge of running all of the supermarkets that they have in a branch of. So they're partners and stuff like that. And I was able to see them again today. So they used to love my cooking. Like I told you, I used to cook some good food. So I spoke to one of the guys. His name was Mr. E, and you know, when he seen me, he was happy to see me. He's like, "Whoa, hey, how you doing, Chris? Everything is good. You looking good and stuff like that." So I was like, you know, I returned the gesture, and I was amazed to see that, you know, he was an older guy. He was like already in his like 60s or something like that, but he looked younger than what I seen him from before. So I was like, wow, you looking good yourself. You know, I see time doesn't affect you right here. You looking younger and younger every time I see you. So when I seen him, he was happy. So I immediately dived straight into it. I said, you know, it's been a long time me coming around here and stuff, you know. It's good to see you. So he's like, oh yeah, so you know, what you been up to? He wanted to offer me a job back at the supermarket. So I was like, you know, I've been up to a lot, you know, but right now I'm doing installation, ATMs, claw machines, soda machines. I'm doing things of that nature. So, you know, things are going good. So he told me that, you know, it's good to see that you staying motivated with a positive head on your shoulders. You know, you're doing your thing like always. Every time you've been here, you always been focused. You always been motivated. You always been doing your thing to where you want it better for yourself. So I said, dang, I couldn't agree with you no more than that right there, you know. So, you know, every day that goes by, I do what I can to like make something new happen, good in my favor. You know, things that happen in my days always counts. So he said, yeah, that's so true. So I like to know what you have coming up in the near future. As soon as he said that, I said, wow, hold on. It's like I didn't even have to do much to even like persuade him, because he already came out with the, I would like to know what you're doing for the near future. So as soon as he said that, I said, all right, I do have some set stores that I do want to check out, but I stopped by over here, hopefully in my luck to run into you or your brother to see if I could install a couple of machines that I have. So he's like, well, what do you have in mind? So I said, all right, I see that you guys already have ATM machines. You already have ATM machines, so that's not a problem for you guys, but I would like to propose a proposition where I could put a soda machine and a claw machine at the entrance of the supermarket. So we spoke about that. He was like, oh yeah, you know, it sounds like a good idea. So and I was kind of excited, but I didn't want to like get too like crazy or nothing like that and anything. He said it sounds like a good idea. How big is the machines, and where would you place it if you put a machine at the entrance? So I said, man, you got a lot of space in the front, and it looks pretty neat. You know, it doesn't look too cluttered. It's a good passageway for the people to pass by and stuff like that. So I think that I might put the machine right next to the elevator. The elevator goes downstairs to a parking lot, and then it goes upstairs to another business or something like that. It's something else upstairs, but I never even got a chance to go upstairs. I never even really cared about that because I wasn't driving around the time. But yeah, I said yeah, it goes down. So it could be right next to the elevators, or it could be right next to this corner where the shopping carts are at, where it's still easy accessible to get the shopping carts in and out. So he said, yeah, maybe you could pick both sides. You could put a soda machine and a claw machine there. So I said, what? I said, wow, hold on. So it's not only one machine that I could be able to install. He actually gave me the opportunity to put in 2 machines. So I said to myself, wow, this is kind of crazy. It sounds too good to be true, but let me keep speaking. Let me keep, telling them how good everything is going and how dedicated I am. So one thing I spoke about in the last video is just being dedicated, being straightforward with everybody, and, making yourself comfortable with the person to where they trust you, So that was my goal. And it was kind of easy for me to do that because I'd known the person for a while. So I spoke to him about that, and he's like, all right, so you know what? Come by later on and we'll talk about further installation of the details and stuff like that. So I was like, oh, all right, so you know what? I'll come by later on and stuff. I think I seen his brother just a little while ago, and he tells me that, Mr. E is not in right now, but tomorrow we could set everything up. We could get a contract signed by Mr. E and make it final, and you'll be able to install it. Just let us know when is the best time that you could be able to come through and finish the rest of the work on looking at the spots, or if you even want to make that the final spot where you want to put the machines at and stuff like that. So I was just thinking, like, man, this is gonna be good because it's still passive income. Like when I look for places, I look to see if it's gonna be like good customer flow, good traffic coming in and out of the area. It's a train station near the area and stuff like that. It's shopping malls and stuff like that in the area. So the area, it pretty much has a good a good area for people to come in and out and stuff like that, for different kind of reasons. And especially because it's a supermarket, it's a good sized supermarket. It's the perfect place to position somewhere. So now, that was one of the places. Another place was a restaurant that just opened up 2 blocks down. I think it was like a Caribbean restaurant or something like that opened up 2 blocks down from the supermarket. So I'm pretty confident in that place too, because I've been talking to the boss for a little while, and I inquired of a job from there. But I told them that I do other work. I do installation work. So when I mentioned that, and then I spoke to the boss and told her, what kind of plans that I have for the installation installments that I've been wishing to put in her store, because she opened up and she didn't have an ATM in her business, but she receives a lot of business. Like the flow in that business is good and the food is great. I had a couple plates from over there, passing by and stuff like that. So it's pretty good. It's pretty good. I don't want to put the business on advertisement and stuff like that at this point or whatever until further notice or whatever, just so I can have some kind of permission and stuff like that. But it's good food. I'll let you know in another video. But I feel kind of confident in that location as well, but not as confident in the supermarket, because I actually got a chance to speak to the boss and propose a proposition. So hopefully tomorrow I could see Mr. E and I could speak to him a little bit more about what my plans are and when can I do some installments. For now, right now, I was thinking about finding outlets of because certain claw machines, you could put anything in it. It depends on what you want to put in it, but you could put anything in it, and things of that nature. When you do a claw machine, like me growing up, I've been seeing claw machines that when you play the claw machine, you feel like that you got jerked, because it's kind of hard for you to grab onto the items that's inside the claw machine. So certain items I wouldn't want to put inside the claw machine, but certain items that I feel would make a good profit flip, I will want to put something of an item in the machine that's not as expensive and it's not that cheap either, but good quality items, like if I were to do a claw machine, I'll think about putting like teddy bears or some kind of stuffed animals inside there, because they're easy to grab, right? They're not that easy to grab, but they're easier to grab rather than something of a small kind of object and stuff like that. They're easier to grab. But not that easy, and they're inexpensive. They're not that expensive like smaller items that cost more, like electronics or something of that kind of nature. It's not that expensive. So if the claw machine if I put the claw machine for $1 a play, or $1 a play, or $2 a play, or if I set it at $2 for 2 plays, because you could do certain, you could adjust certain things on a claw machine. But if I do it in that kind of way, I'll make $2 minimum, or a dollar minimum, or $2 minimum off of one stuffed animal. And if you lucky enough, if you happen to grab 2 stuffed animals out with 2 plays, or if you happen to grab 1 animal out with 1 play, it's still affordable, and it still put me in a position to where I could be able to get product for the machine and not have to spend too much money, but I'll still make more money off of the misplays, people not being so lucky on getting the item out and stuff like that. So it still works in a good favor. You know what I'm saying? Like, so it's still passive income, but not as much as a soda machine. Now, soda machines, I'm guaranteed to sell a product. I'm guaranteed to sell a product, and if I do a soda machine, I'll do cans in a soda machine. I wouldn't really too much aim for bottles in a soda machine, because sometimes bottles are a little bit more expensive. Like a lot of times I'm only finding like canned sodas like to be more of a sale rather than the bottle sodas. So I'll do canned sodas to start off with. And a lot of times they have like wholesale places where I'll call an outlet. I'll call Pepsi. I call Coca-Cola. Those kind of like outlets, and inquire on information about sales or wholesales that they have and stuff like that. Little things like that. I'll look on Amazon. I'll look on BJ's, Costco's, Walmart, stuff like that. Where places where I know that if they have sales, they'll have sales for something, and I could load it up, and I could still make money off of something. So that's my goal right there. That's something that I have set mindset on. If you guys have any kind of other places where I could reach out to find good deals for items, or find good deals for sodas and stuff like that, because hopefully I could be able to install these two machines. Hopefully everything will go good. I'm just hoping and praying that everything will go good. But if not, on to the next. But hopefully this will work out for me. So thank you everybody for listening. Thank you everybody for watching me. Please continue to support me. Please like, share, follow. Please support my channel in any kind of way that you guys can. It's been good keeping you guys updated on the things that I do on a daily basis. So hopefully everything will be good with these two stores. But for now, hopefully everything will go good with this one store for sure, that I could install two machines. If you guys have any information that you could give me for items like teddy bears and stuff like that, or sodas or on sale, wholesale places where I could buy these things at, please feel free to comment down below and let me know. And on to the next one. Until next time, y'all. Appreciate everything. God bless.